Tu me dis quand c'est live.
C'est live les amis. Bonjour tout le monde, hello everybody. Voilà, we are in our cast for the race number 4, if I'm not wrong, of the challenge, of the triathlon challenge in Zwift. Welcome the 5 people that are gonna see us today, and welcome to the 100 people that are gonna see themselves racing next week. So bienvenue. I am César Apero on Swift, and I am with Nelfon Monsort, the international Nelfon
Hello.
Monsort. And
Hello,
today,
everybody. Welcome, welcome.
go ahead, Nelfon. Go ahead.
Welcome, buenos dias. Dobry dien. Hi, Norok. We welcome everybody for this new Zwift session. So we are on the third or fourth race now. This time it will be amazing with a new landscape, with forest. We will go into the jungle, into the mountain, and possibly finish with some riders into a volcano. So follow us, and that would be a great race. Do we have any other commentator online?
Hello everyone. Yes, I am here. I am Shmu. I'm very excited to comment with you this morning race. This is going to be a great race. It's sunny in Watopia. It's sunny outside, a little bit chilly, but and everybody is getting ready for a start at 10 past 10.
Yes,
Exactly.
the race will start in 11 or 12 minutes now. They are just warming up, each on their side. We can see, yes, it's a bit chilly. Some of them have gloves, but strange enough, it does not cover the fingers.
We have today a special guest that is in our chat, and he is already here. It is Casimir. C'est ça? Casimir, are you here?
Do we have him online for an interview, possibly?
Casimir, normally he is coming. I see he is connected, but maybe he has a severe case of the shies.
So Casimir is one of the organizers of this race. He was one of the major competitors for the first season that was in April, May 2020. And indeed, we are expecting to listen to him, to have his feedback on this new season, how it's going on, and what was the progress that has been done. As an information, we have a dedicated group into Zwift, so it's like this type of race is really well recognized world around, and possibly this race will go international.
Hello, do you hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
It's Casimir.
Hi, Casimir. How are you doing? How is going the race so far?
So far it didn't start, so it's good.
How about the competition since the start? How is it compared to the first lockdown? Do we have any progress and improvements?
Yes, we are very happy because we are a lot of clubs, more than clubs, and around more than 40 clubs, I guess, with more than 10 people.
Wow.
And in total, we have like 650 persons who showed interest into the race that who filled the form, and around 400 that did at least one race so far. We have around 400 people registered to the race today. Not all of them are here yet. But so yes, it's great to people happy about the race and doing sports. Unfortunately, we might end the lockdown next week. That will be bad for the race, but it will be great for.
So it's really amazing. So many riders all together on the start line, starting from a very small initiative initially with 50 or 100 maximum, really located around Paris. Now you are national. Do you intend to have this race becoming international?
Yes, we have some Canadian clubs interested in joining. So we are going to do 1 or 2 races in the afternoon because they're interested to join the race, but not at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
but
that would be a competitive advantage actually if we can race and them to be at 2 a.m. in the morning.
No, yes, it's really nice to see like 20 or 30 people in all the races. But on our race, we have like 400, 500 people racing, and it's really fun. I mean, the only people who don't like it maybe are the coaches, because they say sometimes it's not optimum to do one race per week. But it's also important, the fun part, triathlon and training. And in a year almost without competition, I think it's important to keep some socializing and fun. And also, I did Deauville triathlon here, and I met two people. I mean, I met actually Benjamin and another
Benji?
one, Benji, that I met on Swift. And
Yes,
You met them in real life.
I met them in real life in Deauville, and it was fun. Yeah.
Excellent.
I saw you in Deauville too, when you were like doing the triathlon at Deauville. I saw you talking to Benji at the same time.
And Casimir, can you tell us, now that you have both have reality and training, who was faster on the bike in reality, you or Benji? After
It was at the beginning. He was faster. It took me over in around the 5th or 10th kilometer, because I'm a fast swimmer, so it was normal that I was strong. But after something like 70 kilometers, I was faster, and I took him over again. And I teased him. I said something like, "Oh, you're tired. What's happening with you?" And it was a bad idea, because that motivated him. And at the end, he finished like 20 seconds or 30 seconds in front of me. So,
are you racing
very tight
today?
competition?
Yeah. But it was
Casimir,
fun.
you're racing today?
Yes, in 6 minutes. So I'm warming up.
I'm toast.
Yes. So you have to know we have 9 spectators following us.
Wow,
And I would
what a
like to say,
pressure.
like, hello to all the 9 of them. If
Yeah.
you want to comment anything, tell us on the YouTube chat. Casimir, you're now officially a star of the internet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything
now
you're
I think-
doing. Huh?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I do it also because I like it. It's me.
Yeah,
I really
and
like
you are right.
to organize all the race and do all the rankings and to optimize the process of data collecting and stuff. It takes me a lot of time, but I like it.
Yeah, it's really well organized, and you are right. It's really, first of all, a social event where all of the racers are welcome. Not everybody should come to compete for the first place, for the first position. And that is really great to have this type of events. And even the coach should participate. If they don't like to see us riding, they should join us.
Yeah. Yeah,
Casimir.
that's very... Yeah, well...
Casimir, I have a question. Who do we have to follow beside you, of course? Adolphe Alex. Who do we need to follow today? Who is your favorite for the win today?
I think Romain Elias is joining, who is almost, I think, a professional triathlete. Supposed to join the race today. So, and I have a friend also who is like in the French Espoir cycling, under 20 years old, and I think French national team. I think he has a chance. His name is Auguste Castellan, but yeah, I don't know. But Adolphe is quite good also.
Adolphe is good, yeah. Well, he's pretty good. Normally he listens to us, so we're gonna say salut Alex. So you say Romain, Elias, and who else?
Auguste Castellan, but I don't know if he managed to register for the race.
Yeah, I cannot see his name in Zwift Power, so we cannot see his statistics and records so far. So that would be the hidden star that we will try to follow anyway.
But it's the third time he said he will join, and he did already twice asked joining, didn't do it. I'm not very confident he will come. Maybe he prefers to sleep in the morning. He's still a teenager, so.
Of course.
Well, I think I'm gonna join the Discord of my
Yeah,
club
3
now.
minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes. We let you concentrate and finish your warm up. Maybe we can have you after the race for a debriefing of this competition.
Yes, well, thank you.
Bon
Good
courage.
and good
Good
luck.
race. You too.
Okay, les amis. Merci Casimir. Good luck to everyone. I'm just gonna make myself a coffee because I have 2 minutes.
Yeah. If Cesar managed to wake up in the morning, I think all the racers should be able. Just remember that Cesar is running with 2 liters per hour on the Friday evenings, every evening. So everybody should be able to wake up and, of course, drink with moderation.
2 liters is moderation for me.
Yeah, Cesar, you should present us one day who is this moderation person you are drinking with.
Without.
2 minutes before the start of the race, Shmu, maybe you could make a review of the route today, or what would be possibly some strategy for the rider?
Yes, Today it's going to be a 42 kilometer approximately for the race. It's going to be a fast start as always. We are going to go for 4 kilometers until the big climb. So it's like a flat 4 kilometers. And the big climb is the Epicum. The Epicum goes over 9.4 kilometer, and there is an average gradient of 3.9%. And some of the parts of the ascension would be over 9%. So there will be some part that will be quite tough. It's a typical alpine climb. We are going to have a little village on the middle. We call it the Austrian village. And until we get to the top of the climb, and there is a long descent, which is going to be 5 kilometers descent. So I think most people would take the strategy to super tuck, so to let the bike go so they can rest a little bit, because they're going to attack just after they're going to go over the jungle. So the jungle is dirt. It's going to be hard to cycle on it. It's going to be a gravel route. And it's going to go over 13 kilometers. And when they finish the jungle, when they finish the loop, they are going to go back to the Watopia village, and it's going to be 10 kilometers of flats, of rolling flats that would take them to the finish line. So it's going to be a tough one. There is a lot of different terrain, and it is going to be hard. I feel the pain for those guys. I'm happy I'm not on the bike today.
And they are starting now. It's gone. They are all pushing hard for the beginning of this race. We can see all these bikes going along, pushing shoulders against shoulders. Let's see who are the ones that are on the front of the pack. Let's see if the first motorbike is already in a position to give us some first feedbacks. Not yet. I think the motorbike is stuck at the back of the pack. I'm trying to get some additional information. It's very quick for this start. The peloton is in line. So for the flat parts, it's really pushing hard. It's already almost 50 kilometers per hour. and I'm just in the middle of the pack. So in the front, it should be even faster.
I'm following my kid who's biking today, who's cycling today. He's on the top of in a 100 position, and
Uh-huh.
they are doing 3.5 watt per kilo. I mean, at least for him, and which takes him at 52 kilometer an hour. There is a huge peloton at the front, the first 150 people, and it goes really fast. There is no échappé yet. Nobody went out by themselves. So there is a huge blob of a peloton that's of 200 people at the start.
Yeah, maybe this flat part, it will be a long line of riders, and I expect that possibly on the first climbing part, the steepness of the road will increase. Then we will see the first cassure, the first breakage.
Yes, the first breakage is going to happen right now because of the tunnel, especially at the outside of the aquarium. There is a little bit of uphill, 300 meters at 8%, and that's where people are going to need to put like what we call a coup de cul to be able to stay with the pack, because a lot of people are going to get dropped here.
Yeah, so what you call a coup de cul, a bottom bump, as we say in English, that would be putting extra watts in order to make the difference.
They need to stand up on the saddle. They need to put a lot of power, and they need to be efficient in their pedaling, because a lot of people are going to get dropped. I can see already that the peloton has been break, and people are catching up now. So I think the first 200 are pretty quick now.
We can hear your son breathing, actually.
Yes, he is into it. He knows the race. He did prepare for the race, so he knows that there is going to be this bottom bump coming through. Unfortunately, he's already at 186 BPM, and he is suffering. And he's looking forward for the climb. He doesn't like the flat, and he's looking forward. He's only 50 kilos, so I think he's the youngest of the race as well.
Maybe you can give me his name. I could maybe check for some statistic if we do have some.
It's Noah Buchner, yeah.
Noah, yes, I've got him. Let me see if we or a medical center made their stuff. Yes, he made a lot of races, like at least 9 in the last 3 months. And indeed, he's a climber. He has a wattage of 3.8 for 20 minutes average. So yeah, when it will start to climb, actually, he will be on his favorite route.
Yes, he loves the climb, and it's becoming harder and harder to keep up with him now.
Yeah, I bet he needs to keep into the pack for the moment, and to stay safe in the sucking a wheel in order to not to lose too many energy in there.
Yes,
and
that's
then
correct.
to make the difference in the climb. Let me see if we can have some statistics from the peloton. I don't have yet some feedback from the head of the race. And this race, unfortunately, I do not have the live on Zwift Power that is showing me information, so I cannot really update you on who is on the front. I'm trying to moving up into the peloton. I'm around the 50th position at the moment. They are still at 46, 45 kilometers per hour. And it seemed that, small hills at the moment. And the people there are pushing 350 watts. The pack in the front is still quite dense.
Yes, I am at the top of the race as well. The first 20 people are already doing 6 watts per kilo. So it's an incredible amount of wattage. I am following ExpaTRIes from NST right now, and he or she are doing 400 watt currently, and with a heart rate of 180 BPM.
I'm on Romain Elias on the 24th position. He's between 350 and pushing very hard. He was above 400 watts at the moment. 165 BPM, so still some margin for him. And he's climbing at the moment. The road is about 8 or 9% in this step, and he's progressing a lot. He's now he was 24th. He's now on the 12th position.
Yes, they are coming up to the bridge, which really is just after the bridge. It's going to be a little bit of flat. It's like a 3% the bridge, the gradients, and just after the coming out of the bridge, that's where like the real climb is starting, and that's where the epic climb is starting. That's where they're going to suffer a lot. So they need to stay in a peloton, but I think a lot of people are going to go really quick just after the bridge.
And Romain Elias is now in the 3rd position. And it seems that there are some people on the very front that start to make a small difference. Romain Elias is with De Villard and Aubry in the front, and Romain Elias is in the 1st position now. He is running at 33 kilometers on the bridge. And there is a small gaps of 4 seconds between him and the second and third guy.
Yeah.
So coming back to
sorry, go for it.
Yes, please. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you maybe for the strategy, because I see that Romain Elias is on a neon bike. So neon bikes should be very light for climbing. Is it a good choice considering that there is a jungle after?
So it is called the Tron bike actually. So from the movie The Tron, and it's a really hard bike to be able to get through. You need to be able to climb the Everest in total during Zwift to be able to win it. And so not a lot of people get it. And it's not the best bike. It used to be the best bike on Zwift, and it's not the best bike anymore. But it's the best bike over different terrain. So it performs really well on the climbs. It performs really well on the rolling hills. So it is a good strategy, but no road bikes are good strategy in the jungle. It's obviously better to have a gravel or MTB bike on there.
I've heard that some of the riders want to make a change of bike for the jungle. So to move to an MTB, a mountain bike, for the 10 kilometers into the jungle, and then to switch bikes again. Do you think that is something feasible and that would make a difference?
It is a strategy that a lot of racers has been using, and it's been successful for some of the racers. So we've seen that as well in the Tour de France with last year, like during the final of the time trial, with people changing the bikes, and it does work as well on Zwift. But the problem is you need to be really, really quick when you do the change of the bike, and you need to make sure that you are not in a peloton. If you are in a peloton, it's not going to make a huge difference. But if you are by yourself, then you are winning quite a bit of resistance when you're using the MTB bikes on the thing. So, but you need to be fast because you need to be able like to stop completely on Zwift to be able to do that change. So a lot of people are doing some tricks like to disconnect the connection of the home trainer, so it stopped directly, and after change the bikes and do a sprint like really quickly to get back into it.
That's very interesting. I think it would be a great part of the race to see what would be the different strategies of the riders. On the front of the pack, we can see that our usual suspects are still here. We have Bokeho from TCN from Nantes that is there. Also, we have an erratum. Last week, we said that ASVEL was from Vélizy. It is not. I think it's more Villeurbanne, close to Lyon. So sorry for that, guys. But of course, you are in our heart, and we are following you on this race. And good luck to all of you.
Yes, good luck to all of you. You are like the first people of the race are already in the Austrian village. They are passing the little tunnel and are coming really strong out of it. They are passing a 7% gradient kilometer, so a lot of them needs to put a lot of power to get through. And I think, if I am not mistaken, the first people of the race are already made a break, isn't it? I think
I think so. Yes. I'm still on Romain Elias, and indeed, I can see that he's on the third position. He's followed by like 5 riders, one just in his wheel, and there is 2 seconds, and then 3 others. And the peloton is a small peloton is a bit behind.
Yes, they are going to try to catch them up.
Yeah. There are 6 watts per kilos between 5.5 and 6 on this part of the climb.
Yeah, that's an incredible. I don't know how they're going to sustain that for the whole race, but we've seen them perform weeks and weeks again. So they are going to push a lot of watts today.
Cesar, are you back with us or not? Or was the coffee maybe with some rum or vodka in it? I think we have our answer. I was trying to check on the technical side if he has access to Zwift Power. Maybe, Shmu, you do have access to Zwift Power on the live part, or?
I have access. I don't have access to Swift Power, unfortunately, but I have. I'm doing things manually. So I'm at 200. I'm 200 on the 200 position. I saw Manon Pagnes racing. I saw Benji, who is top 50. Now I just passed by NB, who is 248 ExpaTRIes. NB, who can be NB? And it is not Nick de Bouillon, no? I don't think it is.
That's Noah Boujna. Noah Boujna.
Ah, Noah. So I'm looking at Noah, who is 249. He's being overtaken on the uphill.
Yeah, I think he pushed way too much on the flat before, so he's a bit struggling right now. So he needs to put a lot of mental to because he's not really used to get fast on the climb. And I think the race is the race is really high today compared to the last race he's done.
Yeah.
So he needs to. He's only 14, so it's learning for him, and he's going to learn. That's the whole thing.
In 1 year, he's gonna be faster than all of us. No, don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah, we don't.
So he starts. He starts à fond and he finishes à fond. That's his strategy.
That's his strategy. That's what I told him this morning. He told me what's the strategy. So I told him the first 10 seconds you give everything, and after you keep it like that until the end of the race.
Voilà, and you accelerate by the end. Yes. So I'm looking at Noah, who indeed is 185 BPM. I think. Do you have a crash card next to you, because 182 BPM is very high, and he's just starting the climb.
But he's young. He's young.
Yeah,
He
he's
could go
young,
up to 200.
He can go until 197. We did a test the other time, but he has a functional threshold. So he's a SUG threshold is 170 BPM. So he can sustain that for over an hour, 170 BPM at least. So which
70
should be
BPM.
fine then. 174 BPM something.
Okay, so now I have found Maxime Blot, who is from the club. He is 275. Hello, Maxime. Bon courage. He's doing all right. Huh? He's doing 213 watts, 85 RPM. He's strolling very good. He's enjoying his race. He's good.
Maxime is quite new, I think, on the Zwift universe. He was not competing, if I'm correct, on the first season. Maybe he was not equipped with a home trainer. I can see that he has done only 3 races so far. He has an average FTP of 3.7. That is, sorry, its maximum in a race is 3.7 as an average, for 250 watts as an average as well.
Now I think I am watching Matu, who is 297.
Yeah,
So.
Antoine Matu has been doing a lot of Zwift since the first confinement. He wasn't very much a Zwift person at first, but he became a really big Zwift person. And his FTP now, I remember he was telling me that his FTP was only 240, but his FTP now, like he gained over 45 watts. So he's over 2090, I think, right now. So he did improve and he knows Zwift very well now.
Yeah, he has an FTP estimated to 280 watts, which is already a big figure. And indeed, actually, he did 4 races for during the month of November, including, I think, one of the race from the ZLIT competition. And he has a huge number. He can push almost 8 white .5 for 15 seconds in a sprint, which is really huge.
And now I am in the 332 position. I am looking at Miguelito Ortega. Miguel Ortega is one of the members of the club. He is 333, doing 230 watts, very nice, at 90 RPM. Miguel climbs in very high cadence always. He's always spinning a lot his legs. And he's in real life, he is quite a good climber. He's pretty good. He's not, I mean, he's always following the big groups, and he always stays in the wheel. So I'm surprised to see him at the 300 position.
Checking on Miguel. He didn't. He has no record actually, so he's not a Zwift addict so far. So unfortunately, he's hiding himself. He could be a surprise actually from for this race. He is in real life indeed a good climber. He likes to go into the Alps in order to suffer. So let's see. Maybe we could have him after the race for an interview and have his feedback on this race.
Yes.
I am following the race as the first people of the race that are almost at 2 kilometers to the finish. They are going really strong. They're doing 5 watts a kilo. I am following someone from the club, the TCN club, and he's doing 186 BPM. So I don't know if it's 14 as well. but he has a really high he has a really high trade too, and they are giving everything. The people at the front of the race are giving everything that they have to pass this epic mountain. Hopefully, they are going to be able to race in sometime soon on the descent.
Yeah, it seems there is a small group of 2 or 3 persons in the front. Romain Elias, Plantureux, and De Villard. And after that, there is a small gaps of 15 seconds with 2 riders, Chevalier and I don't have the name of the person, AAS. And then at 30 seconds from the 35 seconds from the head of the race, we have other person with Mac from TCN from Nantes. So already some gaps on the at the head on the front.
I'm going up. The first girl, I think it is E. Gerbier from RMA, and she is 81. She's very, very strong.
Estelle Gerbier, yes, she is one of our usual suspects. She is used to finish on the first position every time. A really strong rider that we have in our ranking and results quite often.
And they have already started the descent, I think, in the front.
Yep.
I'm now looking at Nick de Bouillan, who is 41 of the race. He's doing very well. Nick is excellent on the flat, and he has improved a lot his skills on the uphill. So he's 41, doing 300 in between 260 300 watts. And his BPM, he is also 14 years old because he is 184.
So maybe we should call the Croix Rouge the Red Cross for Nick. Maybe we should anticipate on this part. But I'm sure he has some reserve, hidden power. He's full of resources.
So Benji and Nick are 4 seconds away from each other. So I think they should collaborate. I think Benji should wait for Nick because they have more or less the same level, and then they should work together. Because what's the point of having someone that can work with you 5 seconds behind? Shmu, what do you think?
I think it's better that they work together, but it is the up climb, like they are climbing right now. So usually you don't really think about collaboration when you are like climbing really, really hard like that. And I think the oxygen doesn't come. There's not a lot of oxygen in the brain, so you are just pedaling as hard as you can, and you don't really think that much about strategy. But I think they will need to think about that when they're going to enter the jungle, because collaboration is going to be key if you want to stay to have a good result today.
We should put them an oreillette because now Benji's group is 8 seconds in front of Nick's group. So Benji is with 4 riders, and then the group in front is 30 seconds in front. And Nick has started to do. Nick did an acceleration, I think, because it went for 8 watts per kilo.
Yeah, Benji is maybe screwing the handle, visser la poignée. He wants to make a big difference with his competitor, maybe.
I think c'est bon. No, still nothing. They're catching them up. But still 7 seconds. So we're gonna go back to follow that. If they were together, I'm gonna continue moving up. I am now with Arnaud Thorat, 16th, who is alone. I'm G. Bokeo.
Yeah, I don't know the name of this person. I don't have all my records today for making great comments about and following people, but I remember that Bokeo was also in our record for the previous race, if
Yes.
not in the top 3, for sure in the top 10.
Yes, they're about to finish the climb. Huh? I see a lot of comms. Oh, I need to catch them. So let's see what is Nick's group, who has on site Benji's group. 4 seconds now, and they are about to finish the climb. So, or Shmu, what is that part that they're arriving? They're in the mountains, and is it a climb? What part is it? Because there are a lot of kudos. What is it?
That's the sorry, I wasn't following on the stream, but I think they are coming up to the top of the climb, and that's the start of the descent. So that's where like a lot of people is giving kudos.
Okay, because Benji is accelerating. Of course, he is attacking at the end.
Yeah, I think that's there's the flat part where before after you're going to go down a little bit. So he's trying to put some because it's very light, so he needs to put a little bit of advance in front of the others to be able to get a little bit of gap for before.
Once again, 4 seconds, huh? And Nick's group is Nick is 4 seconds behind, so he's about to catch Benji.
He's probably going to catch up Benji on the descent, except if Benji is going to pedal, which I don't think he would. I mean, I don't think he should.
On the front of the race, we have a group of 3 persons, Plantureux from FFZ, the Frenchy Fusion Riders, then De Villard with no clubs, it seems, and Romain Elias. So there are the 3 of them. Then 2 riders after that, Aubry and CAAS. They are 15 seconds, well, 10 seconds behind. And then there is a gap of 40 seconds. So we have 5 riders on the head, and the rest of the pack is 40 seconds behind. The first one of the pack at 40 seconds is from CNP, or Alex. Alex from Senar is also part of this pack.
Yes, you have Bokeo, Alex. We have someone from Toulouse 3, Weberto, J. Nicholas. It is actually a pack that is still playing the win. Huh?
But 40 seconds behind, it's in the, it's in, they are in the descent in the front, like 10% of steepness going down. I think they will arrive soon. Well, it's really hilly because it's going 10% down and then 10% up, so it's quite hard on this part actually. And they should arrive into the jungle soon.
Yes, and C. de Villard and M. Plantureux have managed to put 2 seconds on Romain Elias, who is working alone to catch them.
Yeah.
And they are writing each other. They're writing ensemble. They're having they have the time to chat. This is just crazy.
Yeah.
Plantureux is
they are listening. They are listening to us.
So the guy has the time to write at 240 watts. He's just messaging 300 watts, and he's sending a message for the strategy.
And the 4th and the 5th guy will join them. I think they want to make a group and to progress the 5th of them together in order to make a bigger difference with the followers.
35 meters and 40 meters. Romain Elias. So yes, it's gonna be a five people group.
So let's hope that Alex and Casimir won't be like hunting the potatoes. Être en chasse patate. How about the girls from on the race? Do you have any news? Do we have any girls from the club, or who are the top 3 at the moment? Do you have any news about that?
don't have many news, unfortunately, because my Swift not doesn't let me change cameras as it normally lets me. So I find it difficult to go to them because I need to do it manually.
I'm checking in the list. It seems we do not have any girls from the ExpaTRIes registered for this competition. I think that Mareke will be, who is now with Meudon, should be in the race. But I have no idea of her ranking at the moment. I can just see her statistics.
I think I am watching Farid. Now he's 128. Farid is an excellent climber. He's very, very good. So he is doing very well. 129. He's doing 214 watts, 90 RPM, 177. that's very, very high for him. 180. That's weird.
And they have done almost half of the race so far, 21 kilometers.
What's that?
Yeah, sorry, I am with Noah. He's just finished the Epicom. He gave everything by the end. And he enjoy watching the goat. So there is a goat at the top of the climb. That's the famous goat. I don't know if the goat has a name, if she has a name, but he was trying to pass with panache the goat.
On the front, they are in the jungle now. No change of bike for the first person. Lots of dust on this road. Not cobbles like on Paris-Roubaix, but more pebbles and gravillon in the face.
And there is a strategy that a lot of people has been doing since the beginning of Zwift. Is when you are in the gravel, when there is a lot of smokes and dust around you, that's where like some people take the opportunity to attack because you don't really see very well at that moment of the race. So they are attacking really quickly. So one time, like you are in a peloton, and suddenly you just look over and there is no one else anymore. So you need to be careful and watch the leaderboard on the side to be able to see if they are attacking at that time.
Yeah, the fifth of them on the front are really all together. Good coordination, taking a relay. 33 kilometers per hour at the moment for them. And still 35 seconds difference with the second group. You can just enjoy during this race also some antique buildings from the Maya. It's very specific to this region in Vatopia, old stones with the drawing on them that would remind the history, the legend of Watakupla, who was, as the legend used to say, the first cycling riders in the Mayan antique times. It said that he was inventing actually the wheel, but at this time it was a squared wheel. It was not yet fully like a circle. It was not working so well, but as the steepness of the road was really important, it managed anyway to slide on the road with that.
Amazing. And those are the Mayas.
Yes, from the Mayas, yeah. Do not mix Mayas with Toltec, which is more on the southwest of Vatopia.
Typical. I am looking at Maxime Blo again, who is 279. He is not very far from Matu. But they haven't still managed to close the gap. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try to find Tobias and Adriano. Voila, Tobias, who is also doing the downhill. He's a little bit behind, but he's fine. And Adriano, who is 700 meters behind. Something has happened to Adriano. And Tobias has announced that he is gonna make a bike swap.
Oh, maybe if you have the camera on him, you can keep on him.
Yes, and Tobias and Carlos are riding together.
So we have two different type of riders here. Let me check if I got some statistic about them, but I think Tobias is more a ruler. He likes when it's flat and powerful, where Carlos is more a climber.
Yes, and Carlos is excellent rider.
So checking at Tobias, yeah, Tobias, he can push up to 290 watts as a FTP. He is quite tall and but a bit more weighty than Carlos, and he can push a lot of watt on the flat.
Yeah, the people who are tall are at a disadvantage on Zwift. More you are smaller, and the more you're getting aerodynamic. So there have been known some cheating on Zwift, where people changing the height to be able to go faster. And but this is something that's been tracked inside Zwift Power. So inside Zwift Power, you can see the history of each competitor, of each rider, and you can see if they have different height, if they change the height. So obviously, if someone has a change of 10 centimeter, I think we can be sure that there's a problem going on.
On YouTube, they are asking us the question, could you please tell us who is the first rider from Club TCA? And the question
TCA?
Is it
Or
the guess the first from TCA team?
I've got TCN, and it's a Bokeho, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can find TCA today.
I think it is on the 40th position.
Yeah, TCA. Let me check.
Also, do you have anything for Carlos?
I'm searching for that.
You don't have anything for Carlos prepared?
No, unfortunately, you know how it is. Sometimes techniques is not so accurate. For Carlos, I can say that he can push 260 watt for his FTP as an estimate. On his last race, which was on the 11th of November, he pushed up to 4 watts per kilo as an average. And it was one of his best performance in Zwift in the last 3 months.
It doesn't do much Zwift, Carlos, but he's a very strong rider. I've been riding a lot with him, and he always surprised me how much effort he can put, and he's really strong and always at the top of the bunch ride or the group ride, always taking his share of the win. and
Yes.
always taking the relay.
Yes. He's very nice, Carlos. Oh. And Carlos was asking you last week, Fred, your recipe for your famous apple pie.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe you can send Cesar the result of the recipe. Already the recipe has been shared. You can share the result, the picture of it. And happy for everyone to try to make the same at home and to send us their picture. We could compare and make a kind of a challenge, the apple pie competition within the ZLIT race. I was checking for TCA. TCA is a club, a cycling club and triathlon club from Andrézy. There are quite a lot of competitors from this club, actually. We have, let's say, almost 20, I would say. So it's really a lot. But unfortunately, I cannot tell who is the leader today. I don't have any specific record. The live in Zwift Power is not showing results.
Shmoo, can you check?
I can't check the Zwift Power. I don't have access to the live as well.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, the live on Zwift Power is broken.
Yep.
And so Zwift Power used to be a community website that has been run by the community. So it's very popular.
What is happening with Noah?
Noah is in the jungle right now.
I see
He
him.
did. Yeah, he is 236, and he's trying to catch up to the group right now.
He's taking a shortcut on my Swift. You have to check. Can you check? Just check the YouTube. he's just riding on the forest. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't know
What?
what's going on. I'm not going to tell him, but on the screen, on the live screen, I can tell you he's right. He's not doing that. He's doing differently. I don't know what's going on. I'll show him after when he finishes the races.
What was?
I don't know what's going on. It's really weird. I'm not going to tell him because I want him to concentrate, but I tell you, it's really not the same image between the live and between what's on the YouTube stream.
Well, he's still 182, so I guess it is an easy stroll for him now that you have told us he can go to 187.
Yes, we did. I was speaking with him, and we did the super tuck technique on the descent, so he was able to rest, and it was working quite well because a lot of the other competitor that was around him didn't was continuing to cycle. When him is like he was just letting the bike go, so he didn't pedal. So the rider was putting itself in a super tuck aero position, and he was able to catch up with he was able to go faster than the other guys or girls, and wins and be able to rest. So now he's rested. He's been drinking. He's been taking some bars, and hopefully he can finish strong.
And some news from the front, actually. We have two riders, Plantureux and De Villard, who seems to make a difference of 20 seconds. And then we have a group of three with Romain Elias, C. Haas, and W. Aubry from BZR. So it seems a group of five just split in two.
I'm gonna go up manually. I see still I'm going up pelotons and pelotons.
They are still in the jungles, but there is less dust, so yeah, the speed is a bit, it's under 30 kilometers per hour at the moment, but still pushing hard around 300 watts.
Just looking at Farid again, who
Yeah.
is now
They are crossing.
145. Good.
They are crossing the bridge within the forest for Shmu, as you know quite well this road. If it gives you an indication.
They are crossing the bridge. They are onto the bridge, right? Huh? Yes. So when you like currently, I think if I can watch, I'm watching the 24th, but the 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 bridge, if I remember well, is 12% for 100 meters,
Yeah.
and it goes down and it goes up. And I've been reading a lot of it, and especially in races, and you need by experience to be careful at the time, because when you go on the descent you can let it go, but you always need to keep pedaling to keep the revolution up, and to be able like to go strongly out of the bridge. And it is, well, for me, it's like when I go to the jungle, it's the part that I really hate, because you need to put like 500 watt or 600 watt, or at least for my level, to be able like to keep it with the other people.
Yeah, and the gap is increasing, it seems, on the front. With
So I see on the front
with
also that Benji and Nick are finally together in the same group.
Yeah, I did
That they are
text. I did text the Benji's girlfriend and told him to
l'oreillette.
told him to not stay by itself, and to
Yeah,
collaborate with
they're a
Nick.
nice group. They're a good group. It's a big group, like a little bit 20 riders, I think. I see no road bikes, no excuse me,
Mountain bike.
no mountain bikes. Um, so I'm gonna go straight up. So guys, you can know where I am
yeah.
if you need me. I am looking at number 6. That is Alex Adonf, and indeed he is in a group with 10 other riders.
I've got some strange result actually at the moment on the head of the race, because I've got some competitors. I have Lutz from Meudon. I have one competitor from EPPG, one from Levallois, who are ahead of the first guy. So I'm not sure if how they are really ranked, if they
Yeah,
are
they're
really in the
being overtaken.
competition. But I don't think they've finished the loop yet.
Yeah, that's
It's
weird.
really strange. It indicates like 15 or 10 seconds ahead of the first of the race.
I'm seeing Adriano. Adriano is 374, and he's in the jungle with his road bike. And indeed, I don't understand. Carlos is as well
Um,
there now.
yeah. So De Villars, it's
Oh,
Charles De
Adriano
Villars,
has
but
stopped. Adriano has stopped. 377. He has stopped. Is he going to swap bikes? Is he going to swap bikes?
maybe one of
Yes,
the
he
first
swapped a
one to
bike.
apply this strategy.
He's swapping his bike. He stopped and he did it pretty fast, huh?
Yeah, Adriano, as we call him, it's the fastest guy on Monza. He made some training specifically there in order to with F Formula One teams with La Scuderia, and he's really fast in changing either the wheels or the bike, even if it's in cycling.
So he has changed bike. Is he going to catch up and gain time? Just so we just
From the technical aspect, it seems that a mountain bike is
yes.
10 kilometers faster
Wow.
than a road bike on the dust.
He's just
So,
powering through. He's powering through. He just passed by Carlos. If Carlos was standing, so it works.
but he will have to change again. After the 10 kilometers into the jungle, he will have to make another change to get back his road bike and to carry on back to the finish line.
Let's see what Tobias has done. I don't see many people with road bikes. Miguel hasn't changed bikes.
Yeah, on the front actually they kept their bike. And on the head of the course of the race, Charles de Villars still on the front. He is a climber. He can push 5.8 watt per kilo for more than 20 minutes in the climbing part. So really strong in when it's climbing. But he's also good when it's flat. He can push up to 370 watts for more than 20 minutes. So a very strong competitor. So I think his weakness would be more on the final sprint. So I think that's why he's trying to make a difference right now after the climbing first of the epic com, then into the jungle, and there are only two on the head, Plantureux and De Villars.
I just want to say one thing is that Tobias got us on fake news. He announced he was going since yesterday. He has been announcing to everyone that he's gonna swap bikes, and he hasn't swapped bike.
Ah la 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 la.
Big fake news, Tobias.
Yeah,
Big fake news.
The coach will not be satisfied with that.
Or maybe that was a strategy for the others.
For them to change as well.
That was the
Was
sneaky
in
strategy. Yeah.
Intax. And Adriano changed bikes, and we saw it. Tobias is actually hearing us on the chat. So Tobias, fake news is not good, huh? Okay, I'm gonna go up pretty fast. I'm sorry for the people watching us on YouTube. I'm gonna go try to catch the front of the race. Normally, I can do this with my companion app, but today Swift is having a little bit of a bug. So we are sorry you need to see us going up and up in a weird way.
On the front, we have two riders, Plantureux and De Villars. Then we have three other riders, but 35 seconds behind. Romain Elias, CAAS, and the last one, it's hiding on my screen at the moment.
Oh, we have other people that have a change. We have RB from Easy Triathlon 149. He has changed swap bikes, and he has taken the lead. We have Farid that is still in a great position, 149. But you see, his group has now just be destroyed by someone that swapped bikes, and he's now putting way. He's bringing a lot of other people, but Farid is still in the 140 position. Do I see other other mountain bikes? No, so now I'm in the top 100. The top 80. No, so now the people who are in the top 80s are already finished the forest.
Yeah, they are on the flat part. Kilometer 35 is passed already, so only maybe 7 kilometers remaining, if I'm correct, Shmo?
Estelle Gerbier is position 70.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think it's only following the top of the race. Like I'm following Mr. Plantureux from FFZ, and they are going downhill. I mean, they are on the flat. There are only two of them with De Villa, and they seem like to be really strong because they are like 28 seconds of in front of the others, which is incredible amount of time. And I think if the camera can stick together on them for the finish, because the finish is going to be on a sprint finish between those two to get for the victory. But that's a crazy amount of power there.
They are running together actually, and they say that they wanted to make some relay for 5 watts. Do you have any explanation on what does that mean, Shmo?
Yes, so they are going to take each turn in front of the race to be in front of the wind to be able to. So the people who put 5 watts, the one in the back would take less, so they can rest each other. And the thing is that they are putting 5 watts. The two of them are putting 5 watts at the same time, so they can keep like to go fast and quick because they are trying like to make sure that the people behind are not able like to catch them up. So so they are like going really strong. I think they need to keep to that at that level for at least 5 minutes because if not, the bunch behind, the peloton behind, is going to catch them up. I think it's not a peloton though; it's only 3 riders at 27 seconds. So I think it's pretty sure that the victory is going to go between only those two people.
Yes, 25 seconds in like 6 kilometers, 5 kilometers. Do you think that is something that is achievable?
If it was a bunch, I mean, the people behind needs to work together. And I think if I had an advice for the people behind them is to wait a little bit for other riders to get with them. And so, because when you are like together, if you're doing a big bunch, especially on Zwift, you are going really, really fast, and you're able like to put a lot more speed. So the strategy would be to wait to have a big group to be able to catch them. But I think the two in the front are really strong. They are not letting go. They are taking 5 watts a kilo, and they're not getting any weak. So unfortunately, I can't see they didn't put the heart rate, which is unfortunate. But so we don't know. But the Villa is 160 BPM, so he's quite easy. I don't know his upper limit, but it doesn't seem like that he worked out that much. So I think he has much more to let go.
Yeah, but after the third group is like at 45 seconds behind, so like, let's say 30 seconds or 20 seconds behind the group of 3 of the chaser. If they let this 30 seconds, additional 30 seconds, it would become very hard to cover this 1 minute of gap almost with the two leaders, I think. Position, the third place will be really hard to compete for.
Yeah, 1 minute is too much. 5 kilometers to go. There is not that many kilometers to go, and it's going to be way too much for the group behind to catch up.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any information. And De Villar seems to be quite new. He's level 11 in Zwift. That is not that much, so he should not have made that many competition yet. And I wanted to check Mr. Plantureux, if I have any information on him. No, he's not recorded actually into the Zwift Power. I have only one competitor from the FFZ, and it's Olivier Sico. So I don't have any information about Mr. Plantureux so far.
You know, the group of the third group is coming back on the group of three, the first group of chasers. They're now 12 seconds away only.
Ah,
They
true,
were
yeah.
18 seconds away a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
So that big group is closing up. Not on De Villars, but on Romain Elias.
Yeah. And in this group, we have Alex, we have Boko, we have strong riders as well.
Yes.
And
And they are working a lot. They're all working together pretty strongly.
Yeah, and the two first one are on the volcano, so 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers to the finish line.
Okay, I'm gonna stay with them.
It's almost a bit more than 1 hour of race, so they are riding maybe 38, 39 kilometers per hour as an average. A bit less than 40 kilometers per hour. Or, well, no, 40 kilometers per hour till now, considering the forest and the climbing. It should be really hot into this volcano. I'm just wondering why the organization of the race made them pass through this mountain.
Are you sure they are going by the volcano today, or?
Yeah. They are under the volcano on the head.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
the
they are on the-
flat part, possibly the flat part, but not climbing it.
Yes, right. Yeah, they are doing the volcano. Yeah, you're right. They are doing the volcano, but not the volcano climb. Just entering inside the volcano, which is a bit flat, a little bit of rolling. And I think they are going to turn left after. And when they turn left, they're going to go back inside the tunnel, the aquarium, like we call it, and to get to the finish.
Okay, pronostic time. Shmoo, do you think it's gonna be De Villars or Plantureux?
I don't know the heart rate of Plantureux. I can see the heart rate of De Villars. They are like 178. And for a rider of that capacity, it's not that much. So I would give my money on De Villars.
Okay, Fred, you?
I would say Plantureux. I'm checking on the power that they are producing, and it seems Plantureux is a bit under at the moment. So maybe he has still some extra power to give for a sprint.
Two very
Also,
nice analysis.
Also, De Villars is more a climber, as we checked on their statistic. For a very short effort, it's not really his favorite field. He is much better on a flat, long, or climbing long climb.
Well, I'm gonna give them my kudos both. And I wonder.
Oh,
they're
you
both
see?
sprinting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just after you give the kudos,
Yeah.
there's what I like to. It usually works. Oh, that's the start. De Villars is
Yeah.
like he's putting some watt. He's putting like 10 watts per kilo. It's incredible. Plantureux is trying to catch up, but he cannot go any further than 7 watts per kilo. Is he putting the gap? Is De Villars putting the gap? I guess so. He is. He put like the aero bonus, so he goes faster when Plantureux put the drafting bonus, so he was able to catch up. But there's only 300 meters to go.
Oh la la, they're still together.
They're still together. They are catching up to each
Plantureux
other.
pass. Oh la la.
Oh la la! Is he going to be able to pass De Villars? He needs to put. Oh no, he gave up. He gave up. He's only 5 watts. He knows that he has lost. Yeah,
Oh la
Plantureux
la.
has
What
won.
a finish. What a finish.
Incredible.
Yeah. That was an amazing finish, guys. The two of them, they made the difference first into the mountain to make a small group, then they isolate themselves after the jungle,
Allez,
and
Alex
they
is
finish
arriving.
together.
Allez, Alex. Is he going to be top of the peloton? No, his flow finishes behind him, and Romain Elias also behind. Oh my god, I'm being now many people arriving, many groups arriving. I'm trying to. Oh, this is complicated now. Once people have started arriving, I cannot catch them.
Yeah. Do you have any news maybe from Casimir?
No, unfortunately, I can't because there are many people arriving.
It's yeah, it's a
And now
bit
it's all mixed.
strange for Romain Elias, who has a very good palmarès. I think he was the winner of Paris Triathlon last year or 2 years ago. So a really strong competitor. He was really on the top position, but unfortunately he couldn't make it to keep the path and the rhythm with the head of the race.
Let me see if I can manage to go back to the race because now I see people, but they're not in the race. Me out of the race.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be too easy. Otherwise,
Mm.
I go back to me and I see myself. Yes, I see something.
Maybe on the companion we will have some extra information about the result of the race.
I see Nick's group arriving. I think. I see Benji's group arriving. Nick and Benji's group arriving. So they are arriving. They're about to arrive.
Do you know what position they are?
So Benji is 45 and Nick is around the 40. So it's the same group, huh? It's the same group. They're about to start the sprint. They're sprinting. I lost them.
Yes,
Yeah, now I'm in the 100. You will need to tell me because I lost them.
I think I see the maybe it's like there's a sorry there's a
Yeah, no,
delay.
my Swift is going a little bit crazy. But I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go on 152 and follow Farid's arrival because it is
Nice.
easier. It is a nice bunch, and it is still fun to watch. So now I'm putting Farid, 153 position. He is in a peloton. He still has 2K to go. He's in the same group that Aline, a girl from RMA.
Yeah, she is also on the top 3 of the girls quite often on the podium.
But Farid is a climber. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to.
He is strong as well on the flat. I can tell you. I've seen him
But
really strong.
Sprinter, I'm not sure he has ever been a sprinter, Farid.
No, I would not believe so, but maybe he can discover some skills he didn't know about himself during that race.
Yeah, possibly he put some salt in the soup, taking special dishes for extra power this morning. And I'm not talking about an apple pie.
I know that Farid is a big fan of chouquette. So if some his wife or some other people listening to this stream and can give him some chouquette before the sprint, that would be great.
or to use the chouquette as a carrot à l'arrivée.
Yes, Chouquette as a
I'm
carrot.
sure he will be very happy for that.
2 kilometers to go. Farid is doing strong 230 watts, which for his weight is 3 watts per kilo. And there is the petit coup de cul when you take on the right to go up the volcano, and that part is a little bit tricky.
Did Nick de Bouyan arrived yet or not?
Yes, I was watching his arrival, and suddenly I clicked and I went to the 300 position. So we missed his arrival, but
Okay.
we were watching it. He arrived with Benji.
Yeah, Benji, I need to say something. Benji didn't had an issue with his trainer for the last 3 weeks. So, and since we are in confinement, so at the beginning of the confinement, his home trainer didn't work. So he just got his home trainer back on Tuesday, and so that's maybe like he wasn't like in a perfect condition, and he wasn't very well trained. So kudos to him to be back on the after 3 weeks and to do that results with 3 weeks no cycling.
The home trainer was injured, not the rider.
Yes, that's it. The home trainer wasn't putting any power anymore. That was the issue. He was working, but he wasn't putting any power.
That could be an issue with the rider as well.
Yes.
or at least it's my issue. I'm not putting power on the home trainer. It's not the home trainer issue. And
So
we have a
Farid
message
is
from Nick. Nick seems to he's not ready to have any lunch or chouquette at the moment.
So now Farid is about to arrive. He is position 142. He is well positioned, number 3 of his peloton, who is arriving. Let's see how it arrives. There is Semilo. There is TCA, a TCA person. People were asking us. Milo from TCA is there. We have people from LSM, from SRT, from Courbevoie. We have from Asvel. It's a big bunch. So we're gonna try to see how it works. 42 kilometers already done. Are they going to arrive soon? What's the total distance? 42, 43?
42 kilometers, yeah.
42.5, I think exactly.
Oh, so they're about to take the turn. Farid is third in his position. He is well positioned. What's gonna happen?
Do you know how many watts Farid is putting? Because we can't see very well on the
So I
on the
have
stream.
315, 96 RPM, and 188 beat per minute. 188. I have never seen Farid that high on BPM. So and he's putting his c'est quoi le kudos of the little truck, the little car Swift cheat.
Drafting one. Drafting assistance.
He's putting his drafting assistance, so everyone is tight in the pack.
Little car, yeah. Yeah, so the drafting assistance mean that you are making less effort when you're drafting someone, and you're able to catch up very much better.
Yeah.
400 watts for Farid. 440, 369. Allez, Farid. Ooh.
And Farid has an FTP of 250, and he was 191 BPM on the previous race on the 7th of
Allez,
November.
Farid. Allez, Farid. And he arrived.
Big hurt.
Bravo, Farid. As we see another group of people arriving. Sprint with ACS team, ExpaTRIes team, TAC team, RMA. Oof, it's a big group. Everyone is sprinting to arrive. Allez, I get my kudos. Boom, bravo. What an effort, huh? You can see like Manon. So we have Manon Pagnès, who used to be in our ExpaTRIes Triathlon Club, and now she lives in Lyon. She's in the Asvel. So is she going to sprint? She's doing 7 watts per kilos. Wow, bravo Manon.
That's impressive.
That is very impressive.
Hi. Hello.
Hello?
Casimir.
Yes. Oui.
How was it?
Bravo, hein?
Ah, okay. I'm with Discord when I swap room, but it was exhausting.
Yeah.
It was,
How was the finish? How was the finish for you? What is your final position? Do you have any
53
idea?
in total.
Yes, with Nick de Bouillan and Benjamin Sultani's peloton, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you were.
I don't know. I think so. We were like 5 or 6 people, and there was another peloton with other people from the club, like 7 seconds behind for the last 20 kilometers. They were always between seconds behind. It was a bit stressful. It's a long run, but it was fun to see them coming close, but they never catched us. Nice. I wanted to do the swap to a mountain bike, the dirt part, but because I was alone at the part of the downhill, only a group catched me at the end of the downhill, so I stayed with the pack and I didn't swap my bike. But, it was nice again. I know some people, at least in my club, had some connection trouble with Zwift as always when a lot of people and people don't have a very good network. It's really important for people to check that the network is good, that they don't run too many other applications with Zwift, that all the batteries, all the cable are in, and because
Yeah, it was a strong finish, very impressive race. Yeah.
So just so you know, Shmoo is not talking to us currently because Noah is about to arrive. So I have Noah on the screen, 218. Noah is now 183 BPM, 182 APM, 98.
I'm going to put the speaker so he can listen to you. I can listen to you at the same time.
Allez Noah. So Noah now is in a peloton of 6 people.
14 years old.
He is behind. He is in the last position. We are wondering what is he going to use for the sprint. Is he going to use a drafting?
Allez, prépare-toi, Noah, prépare-toi. 300 mètres. Allez.
6 watts per kilo.
200. Non, calme-toi. C'est pas encore maintenant. Allez, vas-y, mets tout. Allez, c'est parti. Allez. Allez, 10 watts par kilo. Allez.
Oh, Noah. He almost did 1 watts per kilo.
You were live in the car of Marc Madio pushing his rider.
Allez, petit, allez.
You can see how it is. Tu l'as mérité celle-là.
Bravo Noah.
Tu es grand, petit, t'es grand.
Un petit mot Noah pour le live à chaud.
Ouais, c'était bien.
Allez, vas-y, un petit mot. T'es content?
Ouais, je suis content.
Ouais, bon. He's a typical teenager, so...
Yeah. Maybe next time we should find a race with more mountains. That would be even better for him, I bet.
Next race should be Alpe du Zwift. No spoiler here, but should be Alpe du Zwift.
Oh
yes.
là là.
So it's only 17 kilometers, very short. at
Yeah, but
like 1200 elevation.
and I think it's like 9 or 10% as an average for the steepness.
No, it's okay because with Swift, linear difficulty, so we did it last year. Even if you are slow, you take 1.5 maybe.
Mhm.
It shouldn't. It's not very. It's usually shorter time than this race. Today I did 1
Okay.
hour 10. To do Swift in the race, I did like 7 minutes.
That will be incredible to follow, and we can see if there are some.
Really nice to see all the
Yeah.
turns and stuff.
And do you plan to make also Mont Ventoux for this competition this time?
No, Mont Ventoux is quite longer actually. It should be like 1 hour 20 for the best, and maybe up to 2 hours for the last match. And also, it's more boring because it has less turns.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting to watch to part of as Alpe du Zwift.
We
At least
could
once.
organize possibly something into the Dutch corner if we are going to Alpe du Zwift. We have some Dutch in the club, so maybe we can ask them to prepare something.
Yeah, 10 a.m. is pretty early to start drinking for some people, not for me, but for some people. I can be in the mood. We're gonna stop the streaming. Fred, you're in the camera. Say bye bye to our 10 people who have watched us.
Thank you for all of you. But I think this number will increase after the race. We know that we have 500 racers that were on their bike, and basically they are just waiting to finish, not to compete again, but to watch us.
Yeah, the main issue with the streaming is that all our audience, the people that are currently racing, all the people that might be interested in watching kind of stuff, is all the people that are racing.
I recommend you to watch the finish. Is a great finish.
Yeah, the
really
finish was
enjoyed,
just incredible. Yeah.
The first two, that was incredible finish. Those two, they went. They had like 27 seconds in front of the pack, and they were like the two of them. And after they gave like 10 watts, 10, 12 watts per kilo to sprint it, and I think that was an incredible finish. It was great. Kudos to them. I think it would be great if you can have those two in the interview for next week.
Who won?
De Villars and de Plantureux, but I'm not sure that they were in there is any club attached to them, so not sure from where they are.
Yes, there is one. De Villars or Plantureux, they have one of the two had a club mentioned, but he's new to the race, I think, because he didn't put it on the way all the other clubs do it. Mais bon, les amis, merci also to Shmoo. And bravo à Noah, 14 years old and smashing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wanted to ask to Casimir, is there any other young people that was racing? Noah wants to know.
I'll check. There are some people that, not so many, some like 14 of you that register on the Google form, but I didn't check the actual race.
Gotcha. He just wanted to know it, so it's fine. I'll let you know that he was the youngest. He needs a victory.
Yeah, no, it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's great. I'm very proud. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And see you next week then.
See you.
Yes.
See you on the next race.
And next week, Carlos, I am sorry we cannot follow you because of a technical you just wrote. We were following you, but because of a technical thing of Swift, the companion app I use is not working, and I cannot go back. So now we are blocked. So I'm really sorry, Carlos. But see you next week.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
C'est bon.